Hi, and thank you for joining me for part two. Today we're going to be looking at the accessories that I personally have and how I keep everything stored for my microscope. If you are going to get into the hobby of microscopy, it's important to be able to store your equipment in a safe place, in a safe manner. And if you plan to bring your equipment out of the house, it might be a good idea to get yourself a nice hard case. I'm sure you can find something like this on Amazon, or to be honest with you, I think you can probably get this case at like a smoke shop. This is um, this was a hand-me-down from a pothead friend. Sal used to store one of his small bongs. But anyway, it's just a nice hard case. That's what I needed. It was just an empty thing, so works just fine for my purposes. So we'll get this opened up and I'll show you what exactly I have. So inside of it I have it lined with this nice egg crate material. It's nice and soft and compressible and keeps everything just in its right place. So first thing we'll pop out here is our my 5 megapiece microscope camera. This is just a USB thing. This is a mini USB to USB. Looks like 2.0. So this is what I usually have installed. This is how I am able to project my telescope onto my computer. So we'll set this off to the side here. That's kind of how we'll go. I also got this 25-piece microscope slide kit. I think this came with. This either came with my microscope or it came with some other equipment that I was buying at some point. But it's just a nice little display case for 25 pre-prepared slides. These pre-prepared slides are pretty nice, labeled really well and very clear, and it's a nice wooden box, a little bit of foam in there to keep it from breaking, and this really cheap little latch. But I think this is just a nice little thing to have, and if you're gonna bring your microscope to somebody's house, have a microscope party, whatever, maybe you put your favorite slides in here and take it with you. So on that, I also keep a box of blank slides. These are just normal glass slides. Oops, there we are. And cover glass. So when I make my own slides, that's what I use. And I just keep a piece of paper towel here, mostly for cleaning up any spills or if I make a mess. I like to have some paper towels handy. I also have a microfiber cloth to remove any fingerprints when I am preparing slides, because any little imperfection in the glass or in the slip cover or in the cover glass, you're gonna see it, and it might be very distracting. It's also nice for cleaning off the any exposed parts of your microscope. I would not use that on your eyepieces or on your objective lenses. You should use compressed air and just blow them off if there's any dust. If you wipe, what you're going to do is you're going to wipe that debris across the glass, and you are going to scratch the heck out of it. So don't do that. This is just for stuff that is not going to be a big, huge deal if you get a couple little scratches into. The next thing we have here is our immersion oil. So this goes with our oil immersion lens. I like to keep everything in little plastic bags because that's just how I am, but especially oil. because I do not want to deal with having to clean up oil. Next thing we have here, a little 4-pack of tweezers. So if I'm wanting to do my nails when I'm looking through the microscope, I'm just kidding. This is for helping to prepare specimens and prepare the slides. It's nice to be able to grab the cover glass with a pair of tweezers instead of trying to hold it by the edges and try to set it down just so without getting fingerprints everywhere. So just a nice little accessory to have, and there's a few different styles of tweezers here. So depending on what type of specimen I'm preparing, I might use a different pair of tweezers. All right. The rubber band, because you can never go wrong with having a rubber band in your kit. Next thing we have is a small screwdriver. Mostly useless. Doesn't really come up very often. But if ever anything were to happen, or if anything needed to be adjusted on my microscope, this screwdriver works a treat. And just about everything on here is this Phillips head. So, and then I also have a pipette. It's just a glass pipette. I realistically, if you're going to be more serious, you should probably get 100-pack of disposable plastic ones. But I can't be asked to do that, so I just have a glass one that I will clean between uses. They're not too hard to clean properly, so it is what it is. And then I have another piece of foam here just to keep that stuff separate from everything else. And then for any other adjustments, I have on my microscope, I have a small Allen key, and I keep this in a plastic bag because otherwise I would definitely lose this. This is way too small. Speaking of too small, there's also an extra fuse. This is a bus fuse that goes into the bottom of the power supply for my microscope. And then the real important thing is my eyepieces. So I actually have 3 sets of eyepieces. I really wish they came in the same type of protective case as telescope eyepieces, but they don't. So I just keep them in the plastic bags that they came in. So I'll pull out one of each just to show you what we have here. So this is a 18 millimeter 10x magnification eyepiece. This is a nice wide field of view, nice wide eye relief. So these are very comfortable, very easy to look through. This is usually what I start off with when I'm looking through the microscope, because it just gives you a real nice big picture, real nice magnification, and then you can move up from there, or down, as we shall see, because we went from 18 millimeters down to 13 millimeters, and when we decrease the millimeter size, we're increasing the magnification. So we went from 10x magnification to 16x. And as you can see, I'll give you a comparison here. So the 10x is a nice big field of view. The 16x is a much smaller field of view. And it is also shorter. See, that's how it works. And then this was kind of a specialty item. This is just me screwing around. I had a little bit too much money one day and decided to waste it on some 25x eyepieces. Very small, very difficult to look through, especially compared to the 10x. The problem with the 25x, things start to go grainy. Reason being, this microscope is only $250, something like that. When you have higher powered lenses and eyepieces, you should probably have a higher end microscope to go with them, because you can only magnify something so much before your system becomes the bottleneck. So you can increase the magnification all you want, but if you don't have the power to support it, or if your equipment is kind of lacking like mine, you run into some issues. And as you can see, compared to the 16x, very short. Compared to the 10x, it's not even funny how much shorter it is. So that's what we have. And then, like I mentioned before, it's a binocular microscope. So everything I have two of, which makes things a little bit more expensive. So if you are considering getting into the hobby of microscopy, that is something to consider. Buying individual lenses is fine. Buying two sets of individual lenses is twice as expensive. So something to bear in mind, but with the added eye relief of having two places to look through, in my opinion, it's worth it. But it's an individual choice. It's up to you based on your budget and whatever constraints that you may have. So anyway, that's all that I had for right now. Stay tuned for part 3, and we're going to be kind of putting it all together, getting the microscope set up, and I will kind of show you how it is that you can get started looking through the microscope. So thank you very much for sticking around. If you watched this long, thank you very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I'm going to try to be more active on this channel and put out more content as time permits. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer anything you have for me. Thank you very much, and have a great day.